Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Lethe. I'm excited to do a reading for you to get today. The reading I want to do is what messages want to come to you from beyond the veil. Maybe that sounds weird, but I think you know what I mean. We want to see what's kind of hidden from you guys. That sort of veil between realms, the spirit worlds. I want to know what's kind of trying to come through for you. I don't know, I'm just feeling I feel like I'm slipping in between some vibes right now, and I kind of just, this is the vibe I'm on. So we have 3 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. This is the Horror Tarot. This is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot, and this is the Darkwood Tarot. So take a moment, choose your pile, and we'll see what messages are coming through for you from beyond the veil. Okay. Bye, let me see your pile. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So I pre-pulled some oracle cards here on the table. We're looking into what messages want to come through to you from beyond the veil. So from the spirit worlds. Yeah. Here, this is an interesting message. So with apples here, this speaks of people around you being deceptive, or you yourself being deceptive. And you really have to look at yourself there. I'm going to get into this reading, but we're starting with this one card. So this card is about there being people around you who are deceptive and having to tread lightly and to really look at yourself, to examine yourself and to examine the intentions of those around you. It's a warning card, essentially. It's a warning of your environment, and it's a warning to look at yourself. If you're motivated by revenge, by getting what you want out of a situation at all costs, like this is very 5 of Swords energy with apple. Like this is the poison apple. This is the apple Eve ate from. This is unleashing all of the sin or whatever. Sorry to use Catholic metaphors. Actually, not really. I feel like the story of Adam and Eve is sort of like transcends that. It's like, it's a story. Genesis is all a cool story with everyone with weird names. Oh my God, this is like gonna offend somebody. I'm really sorry. Welcome to my channel, I'm Lethe. Pile number 1. With Greet the Darkness here, this is about going into the underworld. So this is truly like the veil is asking you to go beyond it. It's beckoning you in a way. As an initiation. I also want to talk that you might be a life path 4 or a life path 1, because we have 44 here, or a life path 8. We have 44 here, 9 breaks down to 1, 11 here. You also could be a master number 11 or a master number 44. Is that? No, there's just 22 and 33. Sorry. I'm pretty sure. And then here we have 4 again, because it's a 13, which breaks down to 4. So that's 16 here, it breaks down to 5, which is the devil number. So yeah, anyway, it's getting me back into there. This is speaking to some sort of restrictive, toxic situation or perception or way of being or walking through this world or approaching other people or how you're treating other people, how you have to look at yourself here, and you have to kind of pass beyond your own veil, take off your own sunglasses and like really look at something, like stop looking through a fog. With initiation here, this is truly being called up into a better, into being leveled up. Like this is being called up into a higher state of being, a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of how you approach your relationships. And with hope here in reverse, you might feel a lot of guilt and shame, honestly. There might be a lot of shame going on with you. You might feel like this is a hopeless situation, that whatever you wanted definitely didn't come, definitely didn't happen. Instead, you're experiencing all of this pain and the consequences of your actions, and you're being called up to be a better person and to do better. And I think you're shitting on yourself for that. And you shouldn't. And I know what it feels like to do that, because I do that all the time. So I'm not a hypocrite. I'm working on it. It's a really long process, and it's a personal process. And I feel like when I first started to confront my shame is when I started to do the most shameful things in a weird way. Because those angry parts inside you, they're finally feeling things and they're reacting. And they're reacting in the present, but they're really reacting to the past. The veil really wants you to go beyond it and look at these parts of yourself. These angry parts, these shameful parts, these guilty parts, these cruel parts, these controlling parts. Because inevitably, I think all of those symptoms aren't who you are. They're an aspect of control because you want something. You want something out of a situation. You want to have this hope, that you want to have this joy, but you can't seem to go with the flow to get that. And it's because there are parts inside you that are trying to control the situation, that is born out of trauma from an experience that only you might understand. That's my cat, Bugsy, if you can hear her. With moving here, the veil is asking you to go into it and then take some kind of action based on those things. It wants you to, oh, here we go. I didn't even look at the back of the deck energy here. We have death. The veil is asking you to go beyond it, to go within the depths of your world, to go into the cave of your mind, to go into the underworld of your soul, to look at your shadow, to face it, to acknowledge how you have not shown up in your integrity in your life, and to transform that. And Spirit is saying, this is message of hope here, actually. Ironically, it is a hopeful message because there's going to be movement. Spirit is promising you movement. They're promising you change. Yeah. They think you've been going, whatever you feel like you've lost, whatever you feel like you could not obtain, they want to bring you something better. They want to initiate you into a higher state of being so that they can give you something better. Bugsy has joined me. She's jumped on my lap. Let's move on to tarot. Is there anything else that wants to come through here? I didn't even intend to pull 2 cards, but they came out right together, and I was like, okay, this is what it is. These are your oracle cards. On the bottom, we have Haunted, which is number 21 and breaks down to a 3. Haunted is about trauma, which is what I was just saying. It's about grief. It's not the grief card. There actually is a grief card in this deck, but it's implication that there's something that has been following you for a very, very long time, and I think it's shame. And I think it's guilt, and I think you could be clinging to a betrayal as well. Only you can know that. I'm feeling this from you, to be honest. I'm so sorry. Welcome to my channel. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, so this is, I think, part of my journey is to talk to you guys about it. I just made a lot of mistakes, but yeah. So I feel like this haunted is that you've reacted out of places of fear, abandonment, and you have been lingering and clinging to these feelings of anger, resentment, and bitterness for a very long time. And when you started to confront them, when the veil started to become closer, got closer to you, because I think the veil has been calling to you, you started acting out on these traumas. You may have repressed them before, these feelings, and now they're coming forward. And Spirit is asking you to integrate that and to take action on it and to move forward into this state of transformation, and accepting loss and accepting not everything's for you. Whether this is a person, a job, it's probably a person. You need to balance yourself out. You need to accept these parts of yourself and work them into you. Your anger has something to teach you, and it has a lesson. It's trying to protect you, and it protected you in the past, but now it's not. So let's get into tarot. Okay. Pile number 1. Message from beyond the veil for pile number 1. 4 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. 410, you guys. What did I just say? Ah, 4 again. 9 of Swords. This is the Emperor. 6 of Swords. Page of Swords. 2 more, Spirit. Five of Wands. Ace of Cups. Page of Wands. Okay, in the past, there was a relationship that you walked away from with an Emperor. There was a lot of arguments in this relationship, a lot of words exchanged. But there was a functioning dysfunction. There was a cycle that needed to close out with this Emperor because of the harsh words that have been exchanged because of the fighting. And I feel like, we'll get to this later. There was just a lot of celebration, a lot of unity, but it was stormy. It needed to heal. Something needed to change about it. There was a drastic change in fate regarding the situation, a drastic change of fate. And I think you've been thinking about it a lot. And I feel like the veil is also talking about this Emperor. I feel like this Emperor is angry, is frustrated, does feel like, I mean, the apples also speaks to something like a lose-lose battle, and that's more like the Five of Swords, but I'm also getting it from this. Like, there's chaos, there's confusion, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of change, and inner turmoil within this Emperor, stemming from its thoughts, stemming from this change of fortune, and their, I'm guessing, connection with you. I think Spirit is saying that they want to quickly bring in a new opportunity for love, but that you need to also be curious and open to it, and you're not. You're still functioning from this place of trauma with this Emperor character. What's happening with the Emperor? We have the Tower, Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the Lovers. Something suddenly happened. There was some kind of impulsive decision. Oh no, is this a Three of Pentacles? There's something about there was an impulsion decision, a choice regarding collaboration that kind of tumbled things. I feel like there's also a Knight of Wands here, and maybe on the outside. These two knights here, we have a page. This person was a lover. It ended suddenly. I feel like there was a lot of desire, a lot of passion and a lot of willingness to collaborate here. But something just went incredibly wrong with the communication, and there was elements of control, probably from both sides. Whoever this Emperor is, take this as it resonates. It could be you. It's a number 4, and I told you earlier, you might be a life path number 4 if you're not a life path number 1 or 11, you know, or 8. Let's get a little deeper. What was this change in fortune? With the Wheel of Fortune. 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, bottom of the deck, there's a Knight of Cups. A lot of people around you, I don't know what's going on with these people, but there were so many, I just feel like there's a lot of people in this situation. Apples. That you trusted, or that trusted you, and vice versa. And people are talking about it right now, and the veil wants you to know that people are talking about it. They're talking about this change in fortune with you. Someone might want to come forward and talk about a new beginning in love, or a creative project. They might want to speak on this. They're going to come from a very logical place. It's going to happen quickly. So in the next few weeks, this person wants to talk about how they've been feeling, which is very out of sorts, very defensive, very back and forth about how they want to go about speaking about this. They're definitely passionate about you. They definitely want or have considered some kind of reconciliation, but there might not be a lot of hope in this situation on your part. Anything else that wants to come through with the tarot? What was this conflict? What is this conflict between the Emperor and pile number 1? We have the Empress, and we have the King of Swords. And we have the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. There's some extreme karma in this situation. It ended. This person loved you. You were the Empress. That's how they saw you. And the conflict is that there might have been another person here, a King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or they could just have major placements in that realm. The Emperor is an Aries card. 4 of Wands is Venus in Aries too. So there's a lot of Aries energy as well as Swords energy. Mars is, the Tower is an Aries card. Gemini here again. Sagittarius. Actually, I don't know if I do get Sagittarius vibes from the Knight of Wands. What am I saying? We also have Taurus. Oh no. How do I think of the Empress? I do get Taurus vibes from that. I'm getting Taurus vibes from that right now. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Wheel of Fortune. The conflict between you guys is communication. Aggressive communication. This person could have been abusive to you verbally. Or they were just... This person is looking at this situation very logically. And I feel like there was a lot of time and patience put into this that has since become too much of a burden. And now someone is single here, both of you, perhaps. There's still a lot of anger here. But there is a kind of new beginning. Someone could be having a new beginning in love with a younger person or somebody. And it's moving kind of quickly. Feels reciprocal. 3 of Swords. It's not going to end well, though. What messages are from beyond the veil from Spirit? Four of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Eight of Wands. Movement again. I always think of these as the same card. I always think of Eight of Wands and movement in this deck as being the same card. So again, movement is being talked about with the Page of Wands. This is a new adventure. Spirit really wants you to take this opportunity to go on a new adventure, to come out of your comfort zone, and to kind of release your attachment to this person right now. Or maybe always. You really need to consider if this person is right for you, or if you're right for this person. And if you are, you need to look at how you treat each other. Let's get a healing message. Advice from Spirit for pile number 1 from Beyond the Veil. Bypass. Advice for Spirit from Beyond the Veil. Cosmic Journey and Lover's Way. Oh. Back of the deck, we have the Gathering, which is about community. This is part of, the veil wants you to know that this is part of your journey as a person. This is going to, there's a higher purpose to all of this. And it's to draw you closer to yourself, to your true self, and it's to guide you back to your path. Some things we have to let go of. Some things are just not working for us. And often the way to love is to just live in that, you know? Don't be angry. Live in love. That's what this card speaks of. It's literally about radiating love, unconditional love, even if people have hurt you. And knowing you're everyone, you and everyone else are deserving of love. Spend time with your friends. You're rising up and Spirit is proud of you. You are a powerful person and they want you to take that seriously. And to rid yourself of shame. I feel like I've been talking a wicked long time. I'm so sorry. Pile number 1, I hope this resonated with you. The message from Beyond the Veil is a tough one. It's asking you to look at yourself realistically. It's asking you to look at this other person, this controlling emperor figure in your life, realistically. And it's asking you to wonder if this is really why this happened, and how you can use that knowledge, that wisdom, to propel you forward further on your journey, to learn to love yourself and to love others more and to have compassion. And this will draw you closer to your soul family, but you have to stop living in shame. This is about getting to loving yourself, loving your body, getting in with that body, getting in tune with it, feeling when you're angry, why? Working through that anger, letting it wash over you, but not attaching yourself to it. And you'll grow from there. And that's what the veil wants you to know. That's it, pile 1. I love you so much. Bye. Hello, welcome pile 2. I'm Lady. This is your reading. You guys, today our question is, what is coming through for you through the veil? So let's get into it. Right away, I want to say this might be a hard message, or a triggering one, maybe better yet. So let's get into it. We have fear, number 5, haunted, number 21, healing, number 50. Right now, a number that's important to you could be 55, 5, or 3, 5, 3, 5. Just real quick there. So right now, what the veil wants you to know is that healing is coming to you, but you have to confront the ways you have something to atone for to somebody, and you're afraid to do this. And this is something that's going to really transform you. as a person, and it's gonna like crack you open, I think, in a way, and it's going to bring together a lot of parts that have been disconnected for you. There's a certain trauma around this, and it's keeping you locked in this cycle of fear because you're afraid to look at the parts of yourself that you don't like. You're afraid to, this is haunting you. This guilt, this shame is haunting you. It's also your path to healing. It's also the key to you becoming who you are and moving into this next stage of your life. It's about finding the will within you to forgive yourself for the way you didn't trust the universe in a lot of ways, the way you showed up trying to control things in the universe, and how that caused you to show up for the other people in your life, or how other people treated you, and you have to forgive yourself for any of, I feel like a lot of people blame themselves for accepting things that they don't deserve. To an certain extent, you do have to take responsibility for that, but it doesn't mean it's all your fault. It's, if you can see things for what they are, you can grow from them, and you can live more of your true self. You can stop living from these pain parts, from these afraid parts, from these parts that are afraid to lose things, and feel the need to create an outcome that means you're not following spirit, and you're not listening to your heart, and you're just acting because you're afraid. It creates this sort of animal being within you when you're just working from like those lower chakras. And 5 is a number of change. It's also a number of conflict often in the tarot, especially like when you think of the 5s, it's the turning point and kind of the cycle. It's the middle. You know, it starts with the ace, it ends with the 10, which is fulfillment, completion. 5 is the very middle. Change is messy, change is gross. It hurts so much. It's often not easy because we're all human and we all do things that every action we take impacts ourselves and impacts other people, and the way we hurt ourselves, if we've been hurting ourselves for a long time on the inside, and if we tell ourselves things that are bad about ourselves over and over and over again, then we're just create this internal fear that it bleeds out, and other people, it hurts other people. Eventually it starts to hurt other people because you can't contain that anymore. It just bleeds out all over everyone who's closest to you. Grief, longing, the veil wants you to confront and atone for yourself, even if that's just within you, even if it's just forgiving yourself for what you did or what other people did to you, forgiving them. It doesn't mean excusing them. It doesn't mean excusing what you've done or what other people have done to you. But it means knowing how to change and doing that and taking those actions. And it's slow and it's hard. And there's always a lot of benefit to come from it. There's always a lot of love and abundance at the end of it. But I feel like a lot of people get stuck in this hauntedness. And speaking from experience, it's like you don't have to maim yourself for this mistakes you made and for this mistakes that were done to you. And if you can find out where that came from, where this action came from, you can heal from it and you can atone for it, whether that's just to yourself, to your God, to the universe, spirit, or to a person, because this card also talks about community. It's about how we damage our communities sometimes and how community can harm. Let's get into tarot. The veil wants you to heal into it. The more you forgive yourself, the more you are aware of the ways in which you are wrong, were wrong, or how others have wronged you, and how we contribute to cycles, because everyone's hurt other people, and everyone's been hurt. And oftentimes there's no excuse. Hurt people just, you know, hurt people say. But I think it's also just a fact of life that anybody can hurt people. We all have to just do our best. And if you hadn't done your best in your past, you need to understand how. So let's get a message from the veil for you. King of Cups. King of Swords. Five of Swords. Four. Five of Cups. 10 of Wands. Five of Swords. The Star. Let me make sure you can see this. Okay. Oh, good. Ah! Oh. I'm being too silly about this. Okay. What the veil wants you to know is that it knows that there is grief between you and another person. There is a lot of regret in this situation. There's a lot of focus on the past instead of looking to the future. This is very burdensome on your psyche and also on this person. It could have been there's a need to look at the ways in which you showed up here with the Five of Swords and the Hermit. And this is just a lose-lose battle, you know? And I can just see that this, with the King of Swords here, it's a very logical approach to just like this burden. And whatever it was, this person decided to put it down, I think, at some point, and move towards a healing phase. And I think Spirit, the veil, wants you to do that too. Wants you to take a leap of faith towards healing. And I feel like what's happened between you and this person has weighed on you very much, and you've thought about it a lot. And this is a person you really loved. This person I think you wanted to keep around. I think you wanted so badly to keep them around that there could have been a lot of jealousy, baggage here, arguing, confusion, just people, outside things influencing it too. And I mean, the veil wants you to take a leap of faith towards your own healing and towards forgiveness and towards this focusing on routine, focusing on yourself, walking away from behaviors, patterns that are not serving you. Because they're keeping you stuck, isolated, depressed from moving on, like Spirit's trying to offer you this cup. With the Five of Cups, usually there's traditionally Two of Cups that are still filled that someone's not looking at or acknowledging. So there could be there's opportunity for love and a new beginning and for healing. And Spirit, the veil wants you to take a step towards that. It's like taking a step towards your healing and moving on from this fear of confronting your demons, because I think you have them. We all do. What's going on with this King of Cups? The veil wants to talk to you about this relationship, basically. The King of Cups, Eight of Wands, Magician, Wheel of Fortune, what's this Five of Swords? Knight of Swords, Four of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. With this person, there was a lot of anxiety and arguments in a home environment. There could have been some kind of cruelty and coldness towards each other, at least now, for sure. And this King of Cups, there was a fast change. There could be communication coming in. I think they're speaking to that. There could be some kind of communication coming in. But I also think that what this King of Cups was some kind of blessing that the world wanted to give you. Like, truly, I think it was a blessing. And the way it didn't work out might not have been what you expected. You might have to walk away from someone. Also, a King of Swords. You might have to walk away from them. If there's somebody else, if there's two people here, take what resonates. And this might be hard for you, but this is how you can get something to work with this person, because I think there's anxiety around a community where there's been some up and downs where, like, there's just a up and down, in and out, and able to balance energy, and there's arguing, fighting, conflict among a group of people, and nobody's winning in this situation. Nobody can win. What does this say to you? What does this mean? Like, the veil wants you to look at this, even though you're afraid to. What does the veil want to tell them about the Fool and the Star? The Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords. The veil wants you to know that you have suffered a loss. They know this. They know that you're heartbroken. They know it, but they want you to know that it's temporary if you choose to stand in your power and to step forward and to look around you to the people who want to help you. And you might be surprised at how quickly it comes. But you have to listen to where you're being guided, which is ultimately to your happiness. But it's going to require a lot of strength. What does I want you to know? You're worthy of love. There may be some father-mother wounds here. Certainly. I feel like you had to go out on your own. You could be someone who had to be independent, maybe a lot earlier than other people in your life, where you were fending for yourself when you were young. You know, you didn't, maybe you had siblings and you were the oldest, or you acted as a caretaker, or there was a lot of, you never saw a healthy love between your parents. And the veil has been trying to bless you with the opportunity to examine this for what it is and to learn the nature of healthy, healthy relationships. And it wants to give you this opportunity. But it involves, I feel like often you feel alone and in pain. This really wounded you. The fact that you didn't see this love between your parents. One more message from the veil. And it's called you to show up as cold, hard, impatient, indecisive, defensive, and your self-esteem. Things end and it hurts you, and the universe just wants to give you a new chance. They just want you to take a little step towards this. They know it's a lonely journey. Let's see what cards come through. Advice from beyond the veil. The veil wants you to look at how you show up for others and how others have shown up for you. They want you to look at your pain. They want you to look at your childhood and how that makes you show up in conflict. Because I think there's a conflict you have with someone that you want to rectify, that you want to atone for. And right now you guys are both distant. It's this King of Cup person. But you both are in Swords energy. You're in Queen of Swords energy, and they're in King of Swords energy. And the veil wants you to be in your Queen of Wands energy. So you need to be creative, leader, spiritual, compassionate, warm, inviting. If you need to atone to this person, go into that with an open heart. Advice from beyond the veil. Yeah, you're gonna have an encounter with this person. And you need to bring your light to it. And only you can do that. Spirit doesn't want you to know what's going to be the result of this. Only you can determine that by how you show up. And you can't control how the other person will show up, but you can control how you show up. And if you show up in the best way that you can, whatever happens, Spirit's on your side always. And love is going to come to you. And it is not going to be in vain. Access that magic within you. If you want to talk to this person and make things better, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is given to you. The opportunity is coming if it's not already here. And you need to go into it with a level head. You need to go into it with a heart of love. And you need to go into it knowing you're a magical person. Everyone is interconnected. Sometimes people are there in your life for a reason. Sometimes people have to leave. And that's also for a reason. Don't be too attached to the outcome, but do stay in your light and stay in your love. You guys, I think that's all I have for you today. I love you. Have a good day. That was so awkward. I'm really sorry. No, I love you. I hope this was a helpful message. I know it might be kind of a difficult one. But the veil is just saying, the veil is a dark place sometimes. I think They want you to go within, they want you to look at yourself, they want you to look at other people, and they want you to atone, whether that's internally or to this person. You'll know what is good for your heart, but the opportunity to speak with this person is available to you. To create balance, that opportunity is available to you. You can have success in this. This cycle can end, but you have to stay in your love. That's what I have for you, pile 2. Okay, I love you. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your pile. The question we're asking today is, what messages are coming through to you from the veil? So what does the veil want to reveal to you today? What are they talking about? We have falling, transformation, and gift. 10, 24, 39, which breaks down to a 12, which is 3. This is a 1, so we have 1, 3, 6. Yeah. What I'm seeing here is that the veil wants you to know that whatever this changes, whatever's making you feel out of control, is part of your journey, and it's something about, it's trying to show you where you need to change. And this is a gift from the veil. The veil is giving you this transformation as a gift. It is meant to bring you closer to your purpose and to help you listen to your inner voice more. So the veil wants you to listen to yourself more. The veil wants you to be open to transformation. The veil wants you to be open to the gifts it has to give you. I feel like the veil is acknowledging that you have felt perhaps robbed of certain opportunities because you've been feeling so out of control and you feel like everything's falling apart. And that you're in this state of just, you're suspended and you're diving through, you know, you're just falling through the air. You don't know where you will land or if you're gonna die, and you are gonna die. You're gonna die, but it's meant to heal you, and it's meant to bring you into alignment with yourself. Because if you don't, I feel like you are gonna miss an opportunity, and it is going to be a lover, and there's conflict between you and this lover. And in order to deal with that, you have to come out of shame. That was just a really big side note. I feel like, okay. I feel like what's going on here is that this transformation was actually brought about by a relationship. So it sort of catalyzed you, awakens you to realize there is a different way of being, and that people are blessings, and that the universe does love you and wants to bless you with good things. But you have to change enough to accept it. You have to transform yourself, and you have to focus on this state of it. You have to remember that while all things are a process, you're always supported. And this has to do with ancestral trauma that has kind of caused you to feel really without grounding in your life. I don't think you feel very grounded, and that's why you feel so out of alignment. And I feel like there's a lot of judgment on your part, on yourself, for these feelings. But all we can do really is take them as opportunities to become a new self. And that is a gift to you that the veil wants to talk about. Just feels so straightforward to me. Yeah, I feel like this feeling of losing self is actually going to connect you with yourself, but it's going to take time. And it's going to encourage you to have to find that inspiration within yourself, instead of listening to the outside, to the voices from outside you, or from the past, from people you can't trust, or don't have your best interests at heart, or don't understand what you're going through. Let's get into tarot. Messages from the Veil for pile number 3. Messages from the Veil for pile number 3. Queen of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. The Emperor, King of Pentacles. I knew this was going to happen this way. Okay. King of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. In the back of the deck we have the 9 of Wands. Alright, let me just tap into this here. Signs that are sticking out to me: Aries with the Emperor here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus with the King of Pentacles. Oh, I always get more of a Capricorn vibe from him. Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Queen of Pentacles again, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn signs, although she gets strong Virgo vibes. What I see here is that okay, there was a betrayal here, perhaps a manipulation, issues of control. This person, the King of Pentacles, is feeling very, very betrayed by you, to be honest, with the 5 of Swords here. Because I think you're the Queen of Swords and this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the universe wants to give you the gift of an opportunity to walk away from this baggage that you've had around this relationship. And that requires you to see the opportunities that are presented to you and to act accordingly, and to not let conflict keep you from acting accordingly. Because we have a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles here, and that means there is counterpart energy here. And with gift here, I feel like some gift wants to come through with you with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm thinking of them as being the same. So a gift is going to come through with you, but you're going to think of it as, interpret it as a threat. But I think what it really is an opportunity to walk away from all of this baggage that might be between you and this King of Pentacles. But it requires you to stand in your integrity and in your authority. What else? From Beyond the Veil. King of Cups, 9 of Swords, the World. You have a lot of anxiety about this not going the way you want it to, this being over, this being it. There's a lot of anxiety around your feelings and about this ending with this King of Pentacles who loved you and who you loved. And I feel like you're looking at how you showed up there and you're like, what was I trying to control? Why? What for? There's a wish for something more here, but it didn't happen. Why is the Five of Swords here? Six of Cups. Why is the Ten of Wands here? Okay. There was a burden of choice in the past. In the past, there was also a betrayal from a loved one, from a friend. Someone who is also acting out of their place of fear, a place of focusing on past hurts. It's this betrayal with the Ten of Swords. There just wasn't an equal give and take between you and this person. One of you is holding back. I'm guessing it was you with this Queen of Swords energy. You were trying to hold back. You were trying to keep up walls, keep up boundaries with this King of Pentacles. You want nothing more than to be your emperor and to, you know, have this opportunity with you, but it was lost because of this victim mentality and this. There was no clarity. Someone wouldn't call it, make a judgment call here. Someone was just spending time dreaming and lingering in the past and overthinking the past. And I feel like you missed this person. What does the Veil want? Pile number 3, to know about this relationship. Patience is important. Six of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. You have to have patience with yourself. You have to have patience with yourself when it comes to changing who you are and how you show up, and your skills in communicating a relationship, how to approach conflict and move away from very negative conflict. Because, yeah, here we have the King of Swords now and the Four of Pentacles. This person the Two of Cups and the King of Swords here, I'm getting that you guys are counterparts. Whoever this person is, you guys are counterparts, but you're both in strong sword energy, which means you're both very boundaried. You're both being very logical about how you're approaching this. Like, I think there's a lot of sadness and there's a lot of heartbreaking. You guys are very, very, very much looking at that. And in order to transform, which is what the Veil wants you to know, is that you have that opportunity to transform and right your past wrongs, or you have the opportunity to accept the blessings that the universe wants to give you. I want to get a few more. I want to get another card from this. Message from beyond the Veil for pile number 3. Yeah, the Veil. The way you're looking at this is the problem. The way you looked at this situation with this person was the problem. The universe wanted to give you a gift through this person, and you instead couldn't see it and you couldn't discern that for yourself. So instead, there was some kind of breakdown, complete breakdown, betrayal, nasty behavior, undermining behavior. I'm sure you both did negative things to each other. So this isn't to, like, you know, shit on you, man. Like, we all fuck up. And your ancestors, and it, like I said earlier, like, I think I said this in the last pile. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't remember. But the Veil wants you to know that in order to transform, you have to walk through it. You have to clear your own vision. You have to change your own perspective on things. And that involves looking at yourself realistically and connecting with your past. Connecting with your past relationships, your family's past relationships. What relationships did you see when you were growing up? What had the most impact on you? What were your influences in relationship? How did people handle conflict around you? How did your parents handle conflict? Or or whoever your guardians were, whoever was impactful around you, your teachers, whoever, how did they handle conflict? Because if you haven't seen how the conflict ever modeled for you, you're gonna inevitably hurt somebody and hurt yourself, and things are going to end in ways that they don't have to. Let's get some advice for you from beyond the veil. Oh, I'm jumping back. Let's get advice from you from beyond the veil. Stay in your body, observe your emotions, and really take the time to shine a light on the darker parts of yourself and to learn how to love them. To learn when your emotions are controlling you. And when attachments are born out of love, and negative attachments. Like, we all have attachments, but sometimes there are ones we have where we're not giving love unconditionally, and we need to learn how to do that. And that means also loving yourself unconditionally. I'm not saying you can't do that first, or that you can't be with anyone. If you're still struggling to love yourself, that's like bullshit. A lot of us would be alone, and that's not what Spirit wants for us. So your advice from beyond the veil is to look at your relationships, look how you show up into them, transform yourself, accept the gifts that are coming to you, accept the opportunities that are given to you, because you have so much strength and power to identify and discern these. You just have to trust yourself, and you need to be in alignment with that, with what Spirit has in mind for you. Trust them. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you. I love you guys. I hope this resonated. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. I'm having fun doing this, and it would be nice to see if other people like it too. I love you guys. Bye.